to remain, but you're perfectly welcome if you wish to. And if you do wish to, I would ask you to advise us if you object to being filmed, because this meeting will be filmed. I don't see any objection there. As usual, I'll ask everybody to keep background noise to a minimum, including turning mobiles to silent, and remind everybody that the debate comes through the chair. We are, again, using the cue to speak function. I hope you're all familiar with it, the main thing being, once you press the button to cue to speak, you don't need to press it again. And there is one of those in front of you for guidance. Item 1 is announcements of apologies for absence, and I invite the Deputy Monitoring Officer to make any announcements and inform of the apologies for absence received.
Thank you, Chair. Apologies for absence have been received from the following councillors: John Augustine, Mick Bradshaw, John Griffiths, Andrew Martin, Joe Mason, Karen Soons and Rachel Hood.
Thank you. Item 2 is declarations of interest. I'm sure I don't need to remind members of their responsibility to declare any interest no later than when that agenda item is reached. And I'll ask now if there are any interests to be declared. None that I can see. Item 3 is public participation. There are no members of the public registered to speak, so I'll move directly to the next item, which is item 4, the referral from Cabinet, 14th of April 2026, West Suffolk Local Plan timetable, notice to commence and scoping consultation. And I call upon Councillor Stennett to move the motion.
Thank you, Chair. West Suffolk Council has an up-to-date local plan which was adopted in July 2025, which is successfully delivering new homes and employment in the district. The government has recently introduced substantial changes to the local plan making system through updated legislation. Those changes now require West Suffolk to commence an immediate review of the local plan. This is required for the council to plan for the increase in local housing need in the district. In line with the new planning regulations, the council is required to publish a local plan timetable, formal notice of commencement of local plan making, and a local plan scoping consultation. To meet these new requirements, the council has prepared and proposed a local plan timetable. It was in Appendix A. This sets out the key steps for preparing a new local plan in the 30-month key, including milestones and consultation stages. The timetable will be a live document that will be reviewed regularly to keep everyone up to date with the progress on the local plan. The council will also publish a formal notice to commence local plan making. This notice will formally mark the start of the West Suffolk local plan. Lastly, the council is required to undertake a scoping consultation. This will seek feedback on how the council will engage with them through the local plan making process of what the local plan should contain. This is a high-level consultation to inform the scope and content of the local plan and does not present policy or site options. I'm pleased that West Suffolk has an excellent track record of the plan making and will continue a good progress together in the preparation of a new local plan which provide ongoing certainty for our residents. I'll move the recommendations set out on page 12 of your papers. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Stennett. I believe Councillor Julia Wakeman wishes to second the motion. Is that correct? Thank you. Do you reserve your right to speak?
I see no need to reserve a right to speak. I do second it. It's Wakeman, by the way, not Wakeman. It's all right. And I could comment on the wisdom of having to produce a local plan again and our extended need requirement for housing, but I won't because it'll make no difference. So I just support this.
Thank you, Councillor Wakeman. I now open the debate. Did anybody wish to speak on this item? No. I do apologise. Councillor Clark.
Yeah, thanks. I wasn't going to speak, but I can't let this go without making some sort of comment. You know, officers and councillors of all parties have spent a lot of time working on the previous local plan. It got as far as the Secretary of State and was roundly thought to be a good, sensible, needs-based plan, and for it to be returned by somebody who just believes that they know better than us, I think it's just wrong. It's putting us back. I mean, the government itself, whilst it has its own political targets, it's trying to resolve it by sort of divvying up this 1.5 million houses that they want across the country and giving us another dollop. But surely, localism was all about working with local people, local communities to work out what is required and then putting in place the right amount of housing. And I think it was a jolly good job done, and I think it's just been trashed.
Thank you, Councillor Clark. I have Councillor Waterman.
Many thanks. Much as I dislike having to contradict and correct Councillor Clark, I need to, because the current local plan is in force and will stay in force until the new local plan is made, and that's the normal process that we have. So he's quite wrong in some of his comments. And I'd also comment that, as a rule, as a council, we try to avoid political debate that relates to national issues, and I'm sorry that Councillor Clark has decided not to follow that tradition. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Waterman. Are there any others who wish to speak on this item? I don't see anybody, so I'll now go back to Councillor Stennett to conclude.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to proceed to the vote, please.
Thank you, Councillor Stennett. We will now move to the vote. All those in favour? All those against? No. Any abstentions? Nope. I therefore declare the motion carried. Thank you. And that, this is brilliant, 7:40 concludes business for the extraordinary meeting. And as usual, could members all please leave via the east side, and press and public leave via the reception side. Thank you.